Hey guys, we're here with our Week 12 battle of the NPL, and we are taking on Resilient and his Borussia Darkrai for the second time this season. We previously faced them in Week 1, and I would not like to recap that match, actually, because it gives me nightmares. But anyways, probably might have noticed that there is no team builder for this week, and it is because we are actually having this battle on Sunday. We really were struggling to get this battle to happen because I was very sick this week. Resilient had some real life stuff going on. Not like bad stuff, just like real life other than Pokemon things. So we both kind of agreed that we're probably spending about 20 minutes to build our teams apiece. And because chances are we're playing each other next round in playoffs anyways. So we didn't really want to reveal too many tricks that we had. We kind of just brought some basic stuff. But anyways, we will go over what the Darkrai have brought to this match. They have Thundurus, Latios, Meloetta, Mamoswine, Machamp, and Mega Pinsir. They did not bring, but potentially could have brought Blastoise, Steelix, Pangoro, Cofagrigus, and Diancie. So the last time we faced them, they had Gorbis and Mega Scizor. Now they have Mega Pinsir and Machamp. So those are two differences with the team. And so the team we brought this week is physically defensive Mega Venusaur, specially defensive Togekiss. I guess I can go over the moves. So we have physically defensive Mega Venusaur with Giga Drain, Knockoff, Leech Seed, and Synthesis. We have a specially defensive Togekiss with Thunder Wave, Air Slash, Roost, and Aura Sphere. We have a Scarf Jirachi with Iron Head, U-Turn, Ice Punch, and Healing Wish. We have a Life Orb Hydreigon with Draco Meteor, Dark Pulse, Flamethrower, and Flash Cannon. We have Lumberry Sneasel with Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, Knockoff, and Low Kick. And we have a Max HP, Max Speed. Archeop's kind of a weird set, but it has Taunt, Rocks, Defog, and Stone Edge. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get this match started. I lead off with the Venusaur. He's going to go ahead and lead off with the Machamp. I led off with Venusaur because I want to get my Mega Evolution off as quickly as possible because I will need that thick fat for the Mamoswine. Now, I didn't see a point of staying in with Machamp, so I'm actually going to go for a knockoff, predicting either the Meloetta or the Latios to come in on my predicted special attack. But he actually stays in, and when I knock off his safety goggles, it's clear why he stayed in. He was kind of predicting a Sleep Powder to come his way, so he just go ahead and stays in, trying to take that. He goes for a Dynamic Punch, and that confuses us. We do hurt ourselves in our confusion the first turn, but that's okay. He goes for an Ice Punch, and then this turn he switches out. I believe I go for a Leech Seed, so I can start getting some residual recovery, and that's going to be nothing but beneficial. Now, I think I'd be pretty nuts to stay in, so I'm going to go ahead and go into my Jirachi, because I know I can handle pretty much any hit this Meloetta wants to fire off at me. So we'll be in a decent spot no matter what. He's going to go ahead and use Thunder Wave, however, and that's going to completely make Jirachi useless. It's so pointless to have a Scarfed Paralyzed Mon. It's the beginning of the end. It kind of happened again with all this haxy goodness. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and click U-turn, just trying to get some initiative. As he goes back into his Machamp, I get paralyzed, but that's not a big deal. I'm going to go ahead and keep clicking U-turn because I don't see the point of having a paralyzed Jirachi, so I might as well just try to U-turn out instead of hard switching into something. So I'm going to go ahead and get paralyzed first turn, which sucks, but that's okay. He's going to knock off my Choice Scarf, and Jirachi's going to drop. It didn't get to do anything this match, but that's fine. Shit happens. I'm going to go ahead and go into my Venusaur now because I know I can handle pretty much anything this Machamp wants to do, and I can go ahead and click Leech Seed, start getting some residual recovery back, as he goes for the Dynamic Punch and confuses me once again. That's not ultimately going to be a huge deal, but good news is we are getting back almost the amount of health we are losing with that Leech Seed. Now, predicting him to want to go out into either Meloetta or Latios, I'm going to go ahead and click Knockoff. And I can do some massive damage to whichever one wants to come in. He decides it's going to be his Meloetta, which actually ends up being Culver Berry, so it's not going to make a huge difference. He goes for the Thunder Wave and paralyzes my Venusaur. I didn't want to switch out to anything else and risk getting paralyzed on them because that would have just been bad. Now, predicting a double Thunder Wave, I'm actually going to stay in and click Knockoff again, but I get the prediction right, but I get paralyzed. This turn, he just clicks Psychic, which will do a lot of damage to Venusaur, but that's not going to be a big deal. I'm going to go ahead and click Knockoff and do a little bit more damage to this Meloetta before it inevitably kills me. Now, I didn't really see the point of keeping around Venusaur. other than the fact that he has Mamoswine, but it's going to be okay. We have other ways around the Mamoswine. That's not true at all. But anyway, he kills off Venusaur, and I'm going to go ahead and go to my Hydreigon. I'm going to click Draco because it will do massive damage to whatever wants to come in if he wants to conserve the Meloetta, which I really thought he would, but instead he's just going to go ahead and sack off the Meloetta, so I could have clicked Dark Pulse and saved some special attack. Now, predicting him to want to go for Rocks, I'm actually just going to go ahead and click Flash Cannon and do some decent damage to this Mamoswine before he sets up his Rocks. I'm going to go ahead and click Flash Cannon one more time, just because I don't want to risk anything else switching in on an Ice-type move, because I'll need everything else to win this match, for sure. He actually ends up missing an Icicle Crash, which is pretty crucial and really unfortunate, but that's okay. He's going to go ahead and click Ice Shard because he knows I'm going to kill him off with a Dark Pulse. I clicked Dark Pulse because it would be doing more damage in case he wanted to conserve the Mamoswine, unless he was godly and went into Machamp, and then I don't know what to do. So he's going to go into his Pinsir. I'm just going to go ahead and sack off my Hydreigon. I think I clicked Flamethrower on the off chance he just wanted to pivot for some reason. But Hydreigon's going to go down. I can go into my Archeops because this thing is meant to handle the Mega Pinsir. Now, I have max HP, which means I won't take very much from the Quick Attack, and I can go ahead and set up Rocks on this turn, which will help out for the Thundurus, the Latios, and the Machamp for the rest of the match. And so I'm going to set up Stealth Rocks, and next turn I'm going to click Stone Edge. He doesn't click Quick Attack because I think what ended up happening was that he saw that I was really bulky because I have max HP, so he figured I wasn't speedy, but in fact I'm max HP, max speed. So I took almost nothing, or not almost nothing, but I took not as much damage from the Quick Attack, and I was still able to outspeed and kill with a Stone Edge, so I think that caught him off guard, so that worked out very nicely. He's going to go ahead and go into his Thundurus this time and just kill me off with a Thunderbolt. I clicked Stone Edge on the off chance he wanted to go for a T-Wave, and I broke through. Now, once again, I do have my Lumberry Sneasel, which is meant to handle this thing, so I can go ahead and go into Sneasel and click Icicle Crash. And assuming I hit, we will be able to kill off the Thundurus. He goes for the Prankster Thunder Wave, and we're going to be able to shake that off no problem because of our Lumberry. Icicle Crash is going to be able to kill off the Thundurus, so that will go that thing. That crit did not matter. I seriously doubt it. There's no way it mattered. But all he has left is Latios and Machamp, and all I have left is Sneasel and Togekiss. He'd be nuts to go into Latios right here, so obviously he goes into Machamp. I'm going to go ahead and switch into my Togekiss because I will probably need Sneasel to beat Latios at the end of the game. And I'm going to take almost nothing from this Dynamic Punch from the Machamp, so that's great for us. Now, what I could do now is because he has Dynamic Punch, I can only assume he's no guard unless he's Guts and really lucky. But assuming he is no guard, that means I'm free to click T-Wave because I won't risk activating his Guts. He actually switches out into Latios, and that's going to work out very nicely because Latios is now paralyzed. And I can just start going for Air Slashes and slowly whittle down this Latios to the point where it's completely useless. I click Roost one time just for good measure because I know whatever hit he wants to go for won't do that much. He actually gets paralyzed on that turn anyway, so that's only helpful. I'm going to go ahead and click Air Slash a couple of times, and the Latios is eventually going to drop. I'll go ahead and skip to when it does because, yeah. Okay, so he brings back in his Machamp, and I go ahead and paralyze it real quick just for good measure. He's going to click Dynamic Punch and confuse me, which could potentially be a nuisance, but won't ultimately be that big of a problem. Now what I can do is I can just go ahead and start clicking Air Slashes, and eventually this Machamp is going to drop. The first Air Slash is actually going to take him down to 1%. So that's great for us. He actually ends up getting paralyzed, so that's great. Machamp is eventually going to drop. I believe the next turn I end up getting confused, and he ends up getting paralyzed, which is cool, I guess. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and click Aura Sphere because I'm not going to risk Air Slash missing and him having win the move or something like that. But anyways, that is going to be the game with Machamp dropping. So we are going to take a 2-0 victory over the Borussia Darkrai and their coach Resilient. Resilient will definitely be down in the description below, so make sure you guys go check him out. This is a pretty awesome moment because this is the first time I've beaten Resilient in the league format. If you guys have been around since the beginning of my channel, you guys know we have a lot of history together. So I'm now 1-3 against him in my career, which is great. Next week is the first round of playoffs, so you guys have that to look forward to. We will be in the playoffs, and we are very likely, I believe actually at this time it is confirmed that we are playing Resilient again for round 1 of the playoffs. The other match in our conference is going to be Aki against Alpha, both of which we played this season. And the other side is going to be Neuver Nation and his Nevada Neuverns taking on the Bayern Munchlax and their coach Megalugia, who we battled the Bayern Munchlax earlier this season as well. And the other match is Adam the Bee's Knees and his Kansas City Kakunas taking on Reckless Bat and his Texas Tyrantrums. So that's your NPL Season 2 playoff picture. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, a like and a subscription would be much appreciated. I want to give a huge shout out to Jazz, who made our awesome Reno Regis logo that you guys see in every NPL Team Builder video and every NPL Battle video for Season 2 and future seasons of the NPL and for future leagues that we are a part of. And we are taking on the role of the coach of the Reno Regis. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.